Welcome to Founders Future, a podcast powered by Closers.io, where we dive into the journeys of innovative entrepreneurs and explore the road ahead of them and their companies. I'm your host, Olivia Salmons, and in each episode, we'll uncover the stories behind impactful ventures, the challenges faced along the way, and the strategies driving their future growth. Today, I'm joined by Shehzaad Shams, founder and principal consultant of Rononiti Ltd. And creator of the Eclectic Leadership Movement. With over 2 decades of global operational and leadership experience, multilingual fluency in 9 languages, and a founding vision to diversify how leadership is presented and taught. Shehzaad is unique, placed to talk about leadership for the 21st century. Shehzaad, welcome to Founders Future. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you very much, Olivia, for having me today. I'm very excited.
Awesome. I'm very excited as well, and I'm excited to dive in. So typically with all of my guests, I do like to start at the beginning of their journey. So can you take me back to what it was that you was doing before you started up the company, and then from there, what motivated you to do so?
Sure. Thanks a lot. Functionally, I'm in project management and operations. So that's my background. I've got more than 20 years of experience of working as a project manager, head of PMO, operations director, CEO, in a number of industries. That includes not-for-profit, software, iGaming, coaching, executive coaching, training. So that is what I had been doing. So I was more on a corporate background. So I had been as a participant in a lot of leadership development training, your psychometric assessment, so all of that. So I had a that is what I had been doing, managing teams, working with people, and I have worked across various countries and cultures as well. Before starting my own venture, I've been working in corporates, yeah.
Yeah. And how did you find the switch over? So from corporate to being a founder and an entrepreneur?
In one word, liberating.
Okay.
The other word is scary.
I
So
think they both come hand in hand though.
possibly, yeah, that's what I have been realizing. Liberating in the sense that, with due respect, I didn't feel like working for confidently incompetent people anymore. When I say they're confidently incompetent, the two words say a lot of things. That they're very confident, no doubt about that. They'll sell an ice cream to an Eskimo. That's not a problem. But when it comes to competency, yeah, questionable. So there is some trends and patterns that I have been noticing in the corporate life. So I thought, you know what, I think something that I had been really feeling it's been more than 15 years of lived experience now, that what I have been feeling as an individual with my background, where I was born, the way I grew up, where I live now. So then I thought, let's take the plunge and we'll figure it out. So we just thought to shoot first, we'll aim later somehow.
Love that mentality. And let's dive into the business a little bit more then and see what that looks like today so the listeners can have some more context. So walk me through then. Who is it you'd say you love to work with the most? Who's your ideal customer? And then from there, how is it you help them and what offers do you provide to them?
So what we have established is the company called Rononiti. It's a leadership design lab and advisory. So this is how we're positioning ourselves. So it is not exactly a coaching and training company, just another fish in the pond. It is not another management consultancy. We are not like definitely not like the big ones, and we're not like another management consultancy. We're a leadership design lab and advisory. So it means that we're actually doing a lot of experiments. It's a lab environment with the way we look at leadership. And even when we say leadership, we're not talking about leadership in corporates, that's part of it, but we are looking at how do you lead yourself as an individual? How do you lead yourself when you wake up every day? Then comes your family, then comes your community, then comes your company, then comes maybe your country. So there's a sphere of your influence. So it's not just about corporate. So that's one element. And then comes advisory. So that can include coaching, that can include training, can include hand holding or pushing you straight into the pond so that you can start to swim. So just a question of whatever you need. And we are calling ourselves a D2C2B movement. So what we are doing in Rononiti is that we are the stewards of a movement, a worldwide movement called Eclectic Leadership Movement. So it's just not another model. It's a movement from dining room to classroom to boardroom. That's what we're saying, that
Amazing.
the kind of conversations we want to have, it needs to start from around the dining room, then move it to the classrooms, then to the boardroom. So naturally, we work with secondary schools and business schools. So that covers your classroom environment. We work with individuals as well. Then we work with teams in business and politics. So that's a very strong, something new that we are bringing in as well. And then as I said, we work with individual visionaries who want to leave a legacy. So that's what we work with. And the word itself, eclectic, naturally just means you're deriving ideas, inspiration, insights, instruction from a number of sources. And we have a preference for leadership wisdom from a pan-cultural sources. So ourselves, we are even Western educated. We practice Western management principles, but we have actively started to look into non-Western ways of leadership that can include religious sources of leadership from Buddhism, from Islam, from Confucianism. At the same time, we're looking at indigenous ways of looking at leadership. So that could include your Maori ways of looking at leadership, African tribal wisdom, Native Indian, Native American communities of wisdom. That is what we are looking at to bring to the forefront. So it's not either or, it's not only the Western way of looking at the world, it's eclectic. So we are bringing in all of these elements together.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty exciting conviction that we have and lived experiences. I think there is a gap in the market that we are very excited to fill up.
Yeah, and a very holistic approach as well. As you say, drawing on all aspects and even starting, like I would say, ground root in schools, but
Yeah,
developing leadership at a younger age, which is only going to encourage the world. Where does it start with the youth? So really appreciate the full 360 approach to leadership and drawing on other cultures and, as you say, religions to really
yeah,
enhance that experience that you've got yourself. Walk me through then how you go about acquiring your customers. You obviously mentioned there it's B2B or D2B, as you put it, D2C. So
yeah,
walk me through then what avenues or what methods you're finding most effective for yourself in targeting the right people.
yeah. So since it's a D2C2B, as I said, complete spectrum, end-to-end movement, and we are reaching out to the secondary schools, not only in the UK, but outside the UK as well, the business schools as well. Now, interestingly, we are not expecting to earn any revenue. We don't have a commercial model with the schools. It's as
Yeah.
simple as that. It's more about free workshops, looking at their curriculum, speaking with the young people. What we are doing is just reaching out to some of the schools directly ourselves, reaching out to the business schools through our own network internationally. So there is one example that the Indian Institute of Management in Kozhikode in South India, they resonated with the idea so much so that they have converted the eclectic leadership principle into a full-fledged 8-week online course now
Wow.
to be offered to the executives in India, whoever wants to enroll there. So that is what we're trying to scale up across the world, that reaching out to the business schools, telling them that, hey, do you want to differentiate yourself as a business school? Do you want to differentiate your MBA program or anything? By the way, this is what we're doing, and we are doing it with the corporates from whom we charge a fee, or but for you, it might be completely free. So this is how we are trying to reach out to them. With the secondary schools, what we're saying, they between 15 to 19 or 18 to 21, predominantly anywhere in the world, that demographic, they become eligible for voting. And eclectic leadership has got 4 domains where we mix things, not 50 or 40, just core 4. They are linguistics, psychology, political science, and then comes the leadership wisdom from non-Western, indigenous, and principle-based sources. So the four domains happen concurrently and in that sequence. We combine tools from linguistics, psychology, political science, and leadership together. That's where we specialize in. If you want to build a fifth or sixth block, it's okay. You might be inspired by jazz music. That's okay on leadership. You build it on top. What about music? What about anthropology? What about philosophy? Absolutely. But you build on top of these four. So for the young people, we want to work with them and talk about political science specifically, to talk more about power, persuasion, influence, because they become eligible for voting. So if we don't talk to them or train them, how can they lead better as themselves? You leave that gap to be filled up by people who you and I might not like. Or that's where the problem is, that we have to become aware of the political system, help the young people to become respective, taking part in their political processes. And for that, we are not expecting anybody. Absolutely. This is something that we want to validate our ideas so much so that the principles of power, persuasion, influence, political systems, that applies in companies anyways. And we can charge our money from them instead. So that's the education bit. And for the teams, it's pretty much cold outreach, warm outreach. We are trying to arrange webinars. A lot of content is being generated through our blog. We are trying to arrange podcasts for ourselves as well. So we're really inviting people who show some eclecticism in their nature. We're actually looking for them. For example, there's this guy who is in Costa Rica who has joined us. He is a trainer, he's a leadership trainer, he's a chef, he runs a kitchen, and he's also a musician in a band. So
Wow.
we need, and he tries to relate cooking with leadership. So we need people like that.
Yeah.
We have a lady in Kuwait. She wears a hijab. She's a lady coach. She's certified by all your EMCCs, ICF. But she came up with a book on coaching from the perspective of Islam. So we love those people who are very much interested in that intersection of their various disciplines and expertise, and we are bringing them in. So Rononiti, my company, it's just a company. It's registered in England and Wales, fair enough. But Eclectic Leadership Movement is a movement outside, it's bigger than the Rononiti itself. The definition of Eclectic Leadership Movement is it's an alliance of like-minded individuals and worldwide organizations who share this value or vision to create eclectic leaders who will lead with clarity, connections, and with an aim of confluence for all human values. That's what the Eclectic Leadership Movement is all about. So we are getting a lot of partner companies joining in with us. They remain there, they keep their own identity, and they're just expanding the idea even further, that what is eclecticism now in leadership. So it's pretty exciting time. So I sometimes feel like it's more like spreading an ethos, spreading a way of looking at life itself. And if you have a leadership model out of it, that's just a byproduct. So that's
Yeah.
where we are.
Beautiful. And as you say, it's a full vision. So what do the next 6 to 12 months have in store for you as you really look to drive and scale the process?
Coming back to the basics now, while the vision is good and it's all very nice and very ambitious, which is all, it really keeps us engaged. We are looking for clients, naturally, like every other company. So we are trying to make ourselves visible through the digital means to them, or knocking doors through our personal
Yeah.
networks. We're looking for investors as well, in the sense that we don't have a tech element yet. We have not jumped into the bandwagon of AI yet. Think about it. If you have a leader who is powered by AI, it sounds very weird. Like, really, I don't want my leader to be powered by AI. I just want a human. However, we are definitely using AI for a lot of things, but we are looking for investors. Next 6 to 12 months will be critical to get a few clients under our belt, show up in various important places, but more importantly, continue with the membership drive. So we have a community on our website as well. We want ordinary people who align with this vision and who can bring in certain eclecticism to join the community. So that's what we're looking at. Get some more people behind us first. And in parallel, look for investors and a few clients, fee paying or free. But we need to validate our idea even further.
Yeah. Okay, amazing. So where are you finding is the biggest challenge in validating it? What is the biggest bottleneck for you at the moment?
Initially, we were in love with our concept, so much so that our website was all about us, that how amazing we are and how we have found something. Then the first challenge was transferring that mentality or that messaging from our website to the actual problem
Yeah.
that people were facing. So we have found that now. So now the challenge that we're facing is to simplify it, like really simplify it and make it relevant for people so that they don't get confused, they don't burn too many brain calories. What the hell you're talking about? How is it relevant for me? How is it going to help my problem tomorrow?
Yeah.
That's where we are now, that how do you differentiate that? Yes, it's a training, a workshop, but not really. How we are aware that the leadership development market is in billions. Although ChatGPT has become a coach, a trainer for many people. So that's the challenge that we are facing now, that conveying the message, make it simple, but also at the same time speaking to an investor or a corporate or any other team, what exactly our value proposition is in less than 30 seconds.
Yeah. And that's a big challenge that a lot of founders have when it's relaying their message. As you say, it's a lot of detail goes in because you love what you do, but it's how do we make it so that other people love what we do as well? Where's the correlation that we can get with strangers that aren't necessarily as forthright with the knowledge that we have?
Absolutely.
Amazing. Amazing. So, Shehzaad, thank you so much for joining me today and for sharing your incredible journey and insight with us. Where can our listeners reach out to work with you or connect with you if they would like to do?
The best option would be to find me up on LinkedIn. So I'm there. I'm pretty active on LinkedIn, and also Rononiti's website is definitely our home, where we are trying to keep ourselves displayed on exhibition mode all the time. So it's Rononiti, RONONITI.org.
Amazing. Rononiti.org. Very cool. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks
And
a lot.
again, thank you. And to our listeners, if you enjoyed this episode, please do not forget to subscribe to Founders Future via wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. And if you are a business owner, specifically a coach, consultant, or agency owner, and you're really looking to scale your business and you want to enhance your sales and marketing efforts, visit closers.io to hop on a call with one of our team and discover how we went from zero to $30 million per year in less than 3 years. But until then, keep on climbing, and we will see you on the next one.